Check the diner's menu. There is blood on the floor, but apparently not on tap. You flick through the menu. Even in life, nothing you see in the photographs would have been particularly appetizing. Now it would be literally inedible. Technically, vampires can consume food, but it has all the taste and benefit of chewing on packing peanuts. Only blood has any flavor anymore, and it is an often acrid one that a sprinkle of extra spices does little to improve. Okay. No reason to be there. Ah. Well, there's Nighthawks. Now there's St. Raphael's Hospital. Check out the free clinic. The cold face of charity. The dim light of charity glows in this corner of a largely deserted strip mall. The other establishments are closed or empty. A couple of young drug dealers hang around outside, ready to move in on anyone with obvious signs of pain or addiction. Inside, the crowded waiting room smells of harsh antiseptic, with the overworked and barely paid doctors spending more time on triage than medicine. Hello. You approach the reception desk. The receptionist glares at you, instantly aware of what you are. Her hand reaches, not with any real attempt at subtlety, to an alarm button under her desk. She doesn't press it, but her finger hovers close. This man? Have you seen him? The receptionist looks at the license, but only shrugs. If Morrow has been here, he hasn't made much impression. Okay. Ever since the closure of the local hospital, the sick and infirm of Cradlebridge have had little choice but to head for this charity clinic in the corner of a largely abandoned strip mall. The air smells of harsh antiseptic and hangs heavy with coughing. No, not much reason to be there yet either. Hi, Spud! Yes, hello! Hello, loud cat. Hi! Cat demands attention. Meow! Meow indeed. What time is it? Oh, it is almost time for Spud's food. So actually, I'll be right back. And I'm gonna feed my cat. Hang tight for a bit. Alright. Sorry for the wait. I am back. I decided while I was up to make myself a cup of tea. Oh, and I just realized also, if you like move your cursor around the map, it shows you other places that you might not necessarily actually be able to go. Pause for Thought Animal Shelter, Menkyo Dojo, Dollarville, Cradlebridge Sewage Works, Downtown Row, Shelby North Crest Building Site, Abandoned Business Park, Sly's Basement, Callahan's Convenience, Chandler Hotel, which has got to be referenced to Ben Chandler, the artist, Vanguard House, Tyler's Tacos, Tooth and Consequence Dental Surgery. Wow. Also, I bet Callahan's Convenience is a reference to Callahan's Cross Time Saloon, which is a game I have not played and probably should. 0 Day Loans, Hubris and Misery, Attorneys at Law, Imperial Laundry, Happy Ending Massage Parlor, 0 Day Loans, Skin City, The Sleepless Moon, closed for fumigation, Baby Seed Nursery, Marguerite's Coffee, Gant's Family Funerals, Restricted Area, Pennington Housing Development, Trinity Church, Rhythm and Rhyme, Chinatown Pizza and Grill, Cornucopia Self-Storage Units, Ophelia House, Cradlebridge Police Department, Crocodile Bail Bonds, Slippery Nick's Legal Services, Abandoned Factory, Ashbourne Pre-Loved Antiques, Paradise Row, Hard Drive Motors. That's about all I can find right now. Cool. Anyway, the bricks, or St. Raphael's Hospital, or Nighthawks. We're gonna save Nighthawks for last. Let's check out the bricks. Oh. The city within the city. Concrete walls topped with barbed wire block access to the old city park. What was once prime Cradlebridge real estate is now a walled sanctuary, though a more accurate term would be ghetto. This is where the city stashes vampires deemed too problematic to walk free, but for which it can't justify more drastic measures. Okay, neat. So it's the vampire prison. Can I come in? The guard stopped you at the checkpoint, where a camera and a monitor without your image quickly give away your nature. From the other side of his locked and loaded rifle, the Pendragon in charge makes it clear that you go no further without a pass. Alright, yeah, we have no reason to be there. How about the hospital? Oh, hello! A bump in the night. Your attention is briefly taken by the number of rats that seem to be around this part of town when a small child wrapped in a wool scarf somehow walks right into you with a
Hey, watch out! Typical bloody grown-ups, stomping around like they own the place.
She shuffles past irritably, hands in her pockets. Her pace seems to have increased. You are one step further towards your destination when you realize a certain absence. The tiny girl pauses her escape for a moment to wave the money she managed to liberate from you in that brief second of confusion. She pulls out her scarf to stick her tongue out at you, also revealing a pair of sharp but grubby fangs. No, I mean, I believe it was previously stated that there are definitely human politicians. Vampires do not run the city. that I know of. I don't actually know the full details of the government of this city, but I'm sure we'll find out. The tiny girl disappears down an open sewer grate. You hear the splash of feet in possibly water. You hurry over to the sewer grate. It is dark, of course, but your night sight is excellent. Not for nothing have sewers been described as the vampire highway. Unpleasant, yes, but useful. I would be the wrong. I have no idea. I'm sure there'll be, like, later on, I'm sure there'll be, like, some explanation for it. I don't know if we'll cover that in the demo, but there's probably some reason behind it. Yeah, let's go down to the sewers. Why not? Amongst the rats. The amount of graffiti on the walls suggests that these sewers see more visitors than most, but right now, most of them are rats. At least a dozen scurry away from the ladder as you climb down, with many more eyes staring from the shadows, visible only due to your excellent vampire night vision. There is no sign of the girl. I am just, I can't talk to the rats, unfortunately. I didn't pick that gift, so... What do you think, north or south? It occurs to me also that an open-air prison would be really dangerous for vampires. I would hope that they have, you know, some way to get inside during the daylight. North? Alright. You hear footsteps, or possibly water drips. Ah! Rat! A furious sewer rat leaps at you out of nowhere, scratching at your eyes. With incredible courage and murderous intent, it hisses, the others squeaking and chittering in support of its assault. Defend yourself against this mighty foe! Back! Back, monster! The rat prepares to unleash the fury of all seven hells upon you, before belatedly realizing that this is not some whimsical fantasy, but the real world, in which it is a tiny sewer rat, and you are a vampire who could stamp it into jam. It scampers back in terror towards the young girl. Red eyes glare at you of her pocket.
Yeah, nice one there, Charlie. Really put the fear of God into him with that one.
Good try, Charlie. So, my money? Give back, please?
Alright, so reckon you caught me fair and square. Not a lot of folks can do that, so yeah, that's the thing. What is it you was after?
Intimidation!
Don't go acting like you had much worth pinching. Name's Agatha. This here's Charlie, and Doris, and John, and Dolores, and this book is new. Reckon I'll call him Wesley.
What's up with the rats?
Don't mind them. They'll not bite. Not unless I tell them to. Not except maybe that one. Bit of a prick she is. Anyway, I reckon they'll not like any sudden movements, so wouldn't go making any if you don't want a face full of claws.
Got it.
Oh, long gone. Like 100 years, 150? Yeah, don't be fooled by the pretty face. These old eyes have seen some shit. Well, obviously. Sure. Other kind too, I mean.
I could call the police on her. Could I? I don't think I could.
Just try it, Longshanks. Got a whole lot of practice turning on the waterworks in front of dumb grown-ups. Of course, first we'd see how fast you run with them leg muscles cut to ribbons. Had plenty of practice there and all.
The girl yawns loudly, clearly getting bored. She fishes for something in her pocket.
Alright, make you a deal. I'll just hang on to this boring cash, like, you know, finder's fee. And you can have this back for nothing, 'cause I don't want it. Sound fair?
She throws something in your direction. It falls short, landing with a slurp in the foul water. You reach down and pick it up, realizing with horror that along with whatever pocket change she took from you, she took your V card, the unfortunately named ID marking you as a legal vampire who has signed the New Century Code in exchange for amnesty. Death is a vacation compared to getting a replacement. God damn it, Agatha! The girl has used the distraction already. She has too much of a head start to pursue her now. Before you can protest, the girl is gone, taking your money with you. Fortunately, you had little enough on you to steal. You climb the ladder out of the sewer, ready to continue your journey. That's quite enough of the sewers for now. Let me check out that contact. Oh yeah, also other contacts. Dr. Irene Velasco, Tired Face of Charity. Velasco is an oncologist at New City General, a modern hospital rather outside the price range of the people she volunteers with. Since the fire at St. Raphael's, those on this side of the river have largely had to fend for themselves. She tries to do what she can, despite a distinct lack of support from the city or her own colleagues. Velasco spends most of her time at New City General, but volunteers within Cradlebridge on a regular basis. Saoirse Kane, old school enforcer for hire. When Saoirse first stepped into the fighting pits of Ireland, many laughed. The laughter quickly stopped. In life, she was a formidable pit fighter. In death, few could match her in a brawl. After years of working as a mercenary for criminals and other shadowy forces, she was put on retainer by the New Century Commission to help deal with more troublesome vampires. Saoirse keeps to herself and meets new clients at the Last Nickel Diner in Cradlebridge Old Town. Agatha Condell, Empress of all rodents! Vampirism is particularly hard on those turned before their time. Agatha has been an 11-year-old for over 100 years, living by her wits on the streets of a world that will never see her as anything else. To her armies of rats, however, she is mistress, commander, and beloved bringer of cheese and nibbles. Agatha has no fixed sanctuary. She goes where she likes and sleeps wherever she chooses. The ruins of St. Raphael's. Imposing barbed wire fences block off this condemned, burned-out hospital. Many of the old wards are now rotting shooting galleries where heroin-addled addicts sit and stare into space, rusted needles searching for usable veins. The main reception building is largely intact, but no more welcoming. Approach the main hospital building. A young woman guards the entrance, smoking a cigarette. That looks like the one who beat me up. Yeah. You approach the main building. Crackling music seeps from an old cassette deck, an unfamiliar tune. The guard by the door switches it off and gives you an unwelcoming stare. Why are you guarding a burned-out wreck?
Place burned down years ago, didn't it? Anything else? Ain't none of your business.
Shooting gallery?
You mean the king's little wine cellar? It's back there. He's got his deal with Miss Riordan, of course. To stop your kind shitting where others eat. No unauthorized fangs, if you get me. He lets a few in now and then, though, so they can eat fresh without getting interrupted by the cops.
The king?
Yeah, you know, Tancredi, at Nighthawks, runs this whole part of town. If he doesn't want you in, you're not getting in. Go speak to him if you're hungry.
Uh-huh. Doctor?
That goddamn freak. Hid away here for years, pretending to be normal. Fire put an end to that. Hard to pretend you're one of us after. You'll see. You'll find him down in the basement. Follow the screams.
Oh, great. One of those doctors, huh? Okay, bye. Oh, but apparently I can go see the doctor. Alright. Excuse me. You descended from the hospital grounds into the remnants of a basement littered with rusted medical equipment and scorched with fire. A scream cuts through the air, only to be cut off and replaced with an echoing hum. An old tune, accompanied by the crack of bone and the chewing of saw through gristle. Oh, lovely. Oh, boy. A figure clad in filthy undergarments and a doctor's coat hunches over a table, his skin burned and blistered. Under his bone saw lies a patient, biting down on a thick stick with straining fanged teeth. Their stomach is open, ribs bent and twisted. The doctor slices happily into necrotic fat.
Now, don't be a big baby. Let's see a brave face. There we go. Nurse, forceps.
What you doing? You approach the doctor. Inside his patient's chest rises a mass of black worms, oily and slithering. The doctor scoops out a handful, humming to himself. He notices you as he turns to drop them with difficulty into an already overflowing bucket.
Nasty little things, but fascinating. They grow inside the stomach and feast on the delicious necrotic tissue. Over time, the flesh grows back, the little worms have little babies. Life, it always finds a way.
You did this to her? The patient stares at you over her wide-open ribcage. All the screaming has left her hoarse and her voice impossible to hear. She swallows hard, trying to make a gesture that, as grisly as the scene is, she is grateful for the doctor's torturous ministrations. The doctor smiles, as if that settles it. The worms on the floor squirm from the pain of the light. The doctor pats his patient down with a crusty old towel, leans down and plants an affectionate kiss on their exhausted forehead. As a final gesture, he digs a hand into a pocket that produces something, a cherry lollipop coated with dust and lint. He pops it into the patient's mouth and wipes his hands on his bloody coat.
The true spirit of modern medicine.
Sure. Neat. So, who are you? Samuel hums to himself, sharpening one of his implements against a filthy sheet of sandpaper.
Ah, you are curious. It's the hair, isn't it? Yes, it burned off during the fire. The rest of me too, come to think. The pain was worse for those first few years. Soon it may almost be tolerable. Oh, I rather miss the hospital. My fangs were short enough that I could pass, aside from the occasional hilarious call for Dr. Acula. That was before the veil fell, of course. And the fire.
So, there's a bit of a gap here that the game has told me his name, but I've never actually learned his name.
Most think that our kind can heal from anything in time, and yes, more or less. A lucky thing for the medical profession that there are still injuries that can use a little help from these healing hands. Fire, silver, they leave their marks more than most. As well, you see. You can pop a blister if you like.
No thanks. You're not supposed to pop blisters. You're supposed to leave them alone.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes, I see you've been through the wars, and no mistake. Alas, I have quite the waiting list of patients, and many are in much worse shape. Perhaps we could schedule an appointment in 3 months?
I don't actually need healing, but you don't look very busy.
Appearances. So very deceptive. So much to do and so much to be done. I must be fair and even-handed. It is the only responsible way to ensure all get the necessary care.
Isn't there a way to jump the line? Samuel peers at you and your wounds. He shines a flashlight into your eyes, mumbling to himself. It is not clear exactly what he hopes to see. It has been a long time since your pupils felt the need to dilate into light. Still, he seems to be satisfied.
Aside from the minor matter of being dead, I would call your health tolerable, perhaps.
Perhaps?
Many who find themselves in the care of my healing hands are not so mobile, functional, if you will. But I have so few resources for treatment. A trade, The ever-popular exchange of service for service.
This is going to be about blood, isn't it?
You have, as it were, put your finger upon it. Do not think of it as finding victims. No. Think of it as encouraging donors to do their part.
Can't I just buy you some blood?
Alas, you find me being somewhat disingenuous. The blood is key, yes, of course, but rest assured, the whole corpus is a veritable treasure trove of opportunity. The spare parts are never wasted, as the mistress's hounds can attest.
The mistress?
Why, Dahlia Riordan is the new manager of this fair establishment. I assist her with medical matters in exchange for the chance to continue my work. A most fair and equitable deal.
So where can I find these donors for you?
I'm sure that will be no trouble at all. There are always lost souls on the streets, or so they tell me. Perhaps once you have slaked your thirst, you might bring me what remains. I will not object to what I believe the youth would charmingly call the sloppy seconds.
Ew. Alright, well, what about this tainted blood?
Oh, no, there's no need. A good thing, because there's also nothing to be done. It will work its way from your system soon enough. The vampire flu, nothing more. Now, silver in the blood, that would indeed be a problem.
Okay. So, many people must have ended up on your table.
Oh, that I could help. Alas, I fear I do not often get out. Often. Truthfully, at all.
Alright, well, so much for that idea. Okay, bye. A burned-down hospital with just a few buildings still seemingly standing out of sheer stubbornness. Only the guarded main building seems sturdy enough to not topple at the slightest breeze. A few of its lights are on, though flickering. Okay, so I believe we have been everywhere except for Nighthawks, so let's go there. On the town. A run-down nightclub near the edge of town. It looks seedy and poorly maintained, but still has a decent line of people waiting to get in or simply seeking shelter from the rain. An irritable bouncer lets them in at a slow but steady drip, checking for drugs and frequently pocketing small bribes from queue jumpers. Too bad I didn't take mesmerism. Stand in line, sneak in around the back. Sure, let's try it. Why not? Aw, dang it. Hey! The announcer sees you trying to sneak away down an alley next to the club. Back of the line, cold blood. He keeps his eyes locked on you as you walk back to the other impatient clubbers. You back away, waiting for him to stop staring. He turns his attention back to the queue. Okay, well, I guess I will wait then. You reach the front of the line. The bouncer looks you up and down suspiciously, clearly not a fan of vampires. He gestures for you to spread your arms, ready to be patted down. Finding nothing he cares about, he reluctantly steps out of your way. You walk into the pumping music of the nightclub. The smell of sweat and aftershave hits you in the face. Your feet stick to the carpet. Although this nightclub seems one of the few hotspots of Cradlebridge life, it can only be because of a lack of competition. The dance floor lightly throbs with action, while the bar seems quiet enough to have a conversation. A bored-looking redhead alternates between serving drinks and flicking through a paperback book hidden underneath the counter. And let's start with the bar. It's a good place to mingle and swap gossip. Oh, they're like things I can click on now. Oh, okay. Talk to bartender. That's all I get.
Hey, stranger. I'm Becca. What'll it be? Beer, whiskey, a little champagne to get the night started, right? Wait, sorry. My bad. The special wine. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah, we haven't tried seducing anyone yet.
Oof.
Ah.
Someone needs to practice their shtick. Here. But don't think it's your sparkling wit. I just have a soft spot for strays.
Aw. Well, thanks. Becca reaches for a glass. Your throat burns at the sight of it. Rebecca pours you a fresh, warm blood, thick red, warmed with all the love that a few minutes in a small microwave underneath the bar can provide. Microwave blood. Finish your blood. You're always thirsty these days.
So, not to be nosy or anything, but what's it like? Drinking blood, I mean.
I like it.
Lucky you, I guess. Most of our regulars ask us to sprinkle in a little cinnamon. Something about handling the iron aftertaste. Anyway.
So, Becca adjusts her ill-fitting uniform, smiling awkwardly.
Me? I'm Rebecca. Becca to friends. Becky, if you want me to hurt you. Just your average ex-student buried in debt. Luckily, the boss's shiny fangs tend to scare off new staff pretty quick, so yeah, plenty of extra shifts for Becca. For Cradlebridge, it's a pretty high-class kind of dive. Don't need a big metal grill in front of the bar. We've got a few regulars drink here by choice, and it's probably only one of them that keeps shitting in the sink. Who knows, maybe one day we'll even get uniforms that fit.
Wow. Real classy joint.
Oh, I see plenty. Don't worry, I'm cool with it. I mean, I always kind of suspected you folks were around, even before everyone knew for real. Most of the revs I know are okay, just like most folks really. But the others, hey, that's why I've got a pepper spray loaded with silver.
I like you, Becca. You got your head on straight. Heard anything juicy lately?
Heard a few folks talking about some guy called Dr. Finch over at St. Raphael's who specializes in treating vampires. Thing is, St. Raphael's burned down a few years ago.
Do you recognize this man?
Sorry, I don't know the face. My bet? Try down in Old Town. Folks who get lost around here usually end up there. The lucky ones, anyway.
Becca reaches for a dirty glass and wipes it out while you consider your notes.
I don't know the name. I mean, I can ask around a bit, but people go missing around here quite a lot. Have you asked around Old Town? That's where most folks end up.
So, tell me about Tancredi. Even as you ask the question, you see Becca's eyes drift slightly. She seems to be looking over your shoulder with mild interest rather than fear.
Oh, I think you'll find out soon enough.
Uh-oh. A large, heavy hand clamps down on you. A gorilla in a suit with a stern invitation. The dance music fades as you are led down concrete steps into the basement, where a single bare bulb lights little but rusting nightclub equipment and no shortage of black mold and damp corners. Ew! That's dangerous! Get that fixed. There, you are led into an office without windows, where a fat vampire sits smoking an even fatter cigar and flicking through a positively obese roll of money. He gestures for you to be seated. The goon on your right helps you with a shove.
This the one? Let me guess. You're new around here. Gotta be poking around without even coming to introduce yourself. What's the world coming to, huh?
Invite him to go fuck himself. Now let's be polite.
Well, will you look at that? Finally a baby vampire with a sense of propriety.
The fat vampire takes a long chew on his cigar. He gives you a careful look up and down.
Listen to me, baby vampire. Name's Tancredi. And this here is my territory. Mine. You'll remember that if you want to keep feeding here. There's worse shit than death. Trust me on that one. Now, before we go any further, gotta ask, got any special tricks?
Sure.
Ha, now that's a thing. Of course, I don't need to remind you. Stuff like that, it's just a fantasy for the papers. Don't make it anything more.
If you say so. Tancredi grunts, apparently satisfied. You doubt he will confess to any of his own special tricks.
Anyways, from what I hear, you've been poking your nose around this last week or so. Let's have it then. What's your business in my kingdom? Think very carefully before you try any bullshit.
I just realized I think that's Francisco Gonzalez doing his voice. Neat. I believe I've also recognized some other frequent Wajidai voice actors as other characters. Like, I think I heard Vicky Santina's voice actor as the guard at the hospital. I am blanking on her name. Sandra Espinosa, I think that was her name. And I think Irene Velasco is also another person I've heard before, and I can't recall her name, though. Anyway. I'm looking for a man named Elijah Morrow.
Morrow, huh? Dangerous name to be dropping around here, baby vampire. Whole lot of people are looking for that piece of shit, including yours truly. Big reward on that head. Real big.
I have business with him.
Well, you better be ready to join the line. Speaking of, Gideon, get this cold-blood a pass. No sense having him waste time with the plebes when there's so much work to get done.
Oh, well, thank you. Gideon gestures for you to follow him back upstairs. It appears your audience with the king is over. You were led upstairs through a small maze of unpainted concrete corridors and chipped wooden doors to a rather smaller office. It smells of dust and cheap cologne, an ancient computer on the desk, its cheap gray plastic long-turned nicotine yellow. The manager takes his seat. He looks you over, not looking impressed.
Right. This pass will get you past the queues. Don't lose it. I am Gideon Jenks, the King's Seneschal. I handle his business, including the tribute expected for hunting within the domain. You will, of course, be expected to pay, through service, if needed.
I don't work for you or your boss.
Indeed, many people believe that at first. They soon learn to dread the coming of winter and the chill of bones that never healed properly. Yes, you think yourself invulnerable as well as immortal. Spare me the naive bravado.
Well, what do you know about Elijah Morrow?
I am aware that the king is most eager to find the gentleman in question. The reasons are not, I would suggest, any of your concern.
Something scuttles across Gideon's desk, a spider peeking up from underneath. The spider is large, black, and fearless. Gideon stops scribbling in his ledger for a moment. His eyes flick down and a bead of sweat rolls down his forehead. He coughs, trying his best to ignore it. Now, are you afraid of it, or do you want to eat it? What does Tancredi want from me?
Ah, the correct question. Splendid. Nothing too onerous, I assure you. A little contribution to the greater good in exchange for, let us call it, protection from misfortune. Insurance.
Gideon continues to stare at the spider. His right hand trembles slightly at it. I knew it! Before he can do anything, Gideon's hand shoots out, scooping up the spider and cramming it into his mouth. He swallows it whole and shivers in what could be revulsion, but looks more like a junkie getting their fix. The clock at the back of his office ticks, marking the awkward silence. With trembling hands, he reaches for a cup of coffee. Not just cold, but with a skin on it. What the hell was that? What the shit was that? What the fuck was that? What the shit was that?
I suppose there's no hiding it. They call it the Renfield compulsion, a side effect of... suffice to say that the king and I have a certain arrangement that I would keep private.
You're a vassal?
One of the more polite terms, unfortunately. I trust I can rely on your discretion.
What do I get out of keeping your secret? Gideon stares at you, trying to hide his concern. Thralls, vassals, familiars, swiggers, bloodchuggers, traders. They're no good names for humans who transfuse vampire blood into their veins.
In the circumstances, perhaps we can shelve the question of our tribute. For now. Provided that a new understanding continues, of course.
Contacts. I'll check contacts later. I'm done with this conversation. So, what do you know? Gideon puts his pen down for a moment. He steeples his fingers underneath his nose, almost attempting to hide his weariness at the continued interruption.
I am the king's seneschal. I have the king's confidence and speak for him in matters not relating to his personal business. And I think that is all you need to know about my own. I am aware that the king is most eager to find the gentleman in question. The reasons are not, I would suggest, any of your concern. This club was founded as a speakeasy long ago. The king was one of 4 such leaders at the time, though quickly rose to dominance. It has been a splendid place to conduct business, as well as a good excuse to keep it nocturnal. Miss Glade is a highly capable employee. You should speak with her often to stay abreast of local rumors. Little evades her notice. Like all things, the blood has its ups and downs. I have not slept one night in the past few years. Yet without it, I would not have had those years to enjoy. I consider that a fair trade. I fear that what I hear would not be especially scintillating. Perhaps Miss Glade would be more of service? Or Fabian, perhaps, if you can get a word in edgeways with that infernal boy.
Fabian? Who's that? Alright. Contacts. Becca Glade, a smiling, constantly underpaid bartender. Becca is the most common face behind the bar at Nighthawks, where both the vampire clientele and vampire boss tends to scare away most new employees. It's hardly a prestigious job, but at least she meets interesting people. Becca takes most Fridays off. Her considerably less useful colleague Fabian runs things behind the bar in her absence. Oh, okay, so if we come here on Friday, we'll meet Fabian. Sam Tancredi, the King of Cradlebridge. Sam Tancredi is an old-school mobster who crawled to the top of the hill through grit, determination, and being more ruthless than anyone crushed underfoot. But that was a long time ago, and success has made him complacent. Not as complacent as his enemies would like, however, as many of them have subsequently learned to their instant regret. Tancredi rarely leaves the safety of his nightclub, Nighthawks. Anything or anyone he wants, he has delivered. Gideon James, the ever-loyal seneschal. Gideon has spent many years as Tancredi's seneschal, handling both his club business and his extended empire outside of Nighthawks. This was more than a business relationship. Tancredi's blood has long been the only thing holding his pancreatic cancer at bay. However, their relationship has remained strictly professional, without the master-vessel split that often come with injecting vampiric essence into human veins. Gideon rarely leaves his home, the address of which he carefully keeps private, or his office in Nighthawks. He can usually be found there at night, surrounded by paperwork. Oh. Tancredi's right there. Who's that?
You survived the boss then. Guess that means we'll be seeing more of you around here. Feel free to tip your bartender.
Just you remember, the house takes 20%.
So, feel free to tip generously.
Becca gives the glass a special treatment, spitting in it twice before wiping it out.
Honestly, I don't know him that well. He comes by every now and again to check everything's okay and collect money from the register, but
Hello.
the rest of the time he just hides out in his office. While he's standing right there? What, are you trying to get me fired or something?
Don't let me stop you flattering me, sweetheart.
I plead the fifth. Me? I'm Rebecca. I don't know the name. I mean...
Okay. Sam, talk to me. Tancredi sits at the bar, looking out over his empire. Behind him, Becca attempts to adjust her awkward
Got a
uniform
problem
for the
there,
fifth time.
Glade?
You mean apart from me giving you my measurements for the new uniform and accidentally getting a shirt 2 sizes too small? No, boss. No problem at all.
Can't you get a uniform that fits?
Whine, whine, whine. Never hear you complaining about the extra tips.
It's not my tips. Everyone stares at.
Becca throws up her hands, giving up. Tancredi chuckles and turns back towards you. Tancredi fixes you with a benevolent smile of a man whose benevolence rests on a knife edge. Tancredi gestures impatiently, giving you a few seconds purely because he has nothing better to spend them on.
All you need to know is folks call me the king, and this whole part of town is my kingdom. Took the throne after crushing the others back in the 1970s, and I'm not about to let all these new baby vampires we got around here ruin a good thing for everyone. Watch yourself. I don't like giving out spankings, but, Couldn't do this without Gideon. Wizard with the numbers. Me, I never had a head for him. Don't be fooled. She's a heart, does Cradle Bridge. Most folks just see the rot and the ruin. Behind all that, she's a beautiful face and an old, old soul. You'll see, baby vampire. You be good to her, and she'll be good to you. She's my girl, and I look out for her.
Aw.
This here's my palace. Used to be a good excuse why folks who wanted things had to come round at night. Couldn't go giving away the big secret, could I? Now, I like being a bit more open. Gives the place a certain bit of danger. These fangs of mine. Don't let me catch you feeding here, mind. That's a king's prerogative. That little judgment I hear in your voice there, huh? Nah, I'm cut from old cloth, baby vampire. when there was honor and a code and protection meant something. You think cops around here give two short fucks about the people? No. They come to me. They ask me for help. And me, I just ask them, where was you when you didn't think you needed me? Your friend Morrow poked his nose where he shouldn't, and that's not the only thing that's gonna get cut off when he shows himself. What? You think I'm your personal helpline? Ask Glade if you need to know shit. She's the one always listening in on conversations.
I mean, not intentionally. I'm just, standing here. It's not like I'm being nosy.
Okay then. Well, we haven't been to the VIP lounge. Can we go there? You approach the door of the VIP room, but a glaring guard turns you away. Whatever qualifies one as a very important person is a thing you do not yet radiate. Vampire important person? Okay, fine. You leave the club and check your phone. Vampires have to be very careful to keep their eye on the time, and tonight it feels like you have been out long enough not to push your luck further. Call a cab to take you back to the Halcyon. There is one parked at a nearby taxi rank. Rain beats down on the windscreen as the taxi threads its way back to the Halcyon Hotel and what currently passes for a home. You stare out of the window as the city blurs past, reflecting on the night and the many nights ahead of you. It's a new world out there, filled with stories, danger, and opportunities. A new world where outcasts can thrive and where death truly is just the beginning. But that will have to wait just a little bit longer. Sunrise approaches and your cheap hotel bed calls your name. Oh, that was it! That's the demo! Thank you for playing the Nighthawks demo. We hope you enjoyed your brief trip to the city and that we'll be seeing you again for the full adventure. Wishlist us on Steam, follow us their social and network of choice, and perhaps consider starting over again with a different sire choice. You never know who might be waiting to greet you, and you can skip the prologue chapter next time. Yay! So yeah, wishlist Nighthawks on Steam if this looks interesting to you. I don't know when it is expected to be out. I don't think it has a really planned release date yet. It'll be done when it's done. But yeah, shaping up pretty nicely. And I have been very eager to get a look at it, so glad I got this chance to do that. So I think I'm going to just end there. So yeah, that was my Halloween stream. Let's see if there's anyone around playing anything good. Ooh, there are some... Ooh, there's some choice games out there. I'll be back next week. I'm planning to continue Half-Life 2 next Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, I don't know what I'm doing, because I finished the game I was playing on Wednesday, which is Alone in the Dark 3. So I'll probably just pick something. I'll just kind of look through my backlog and pick a game I feel like playing. I don't know what it'll be. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll think of something. I think, in the meantime, tonight, I'm going to raid Robot Spacer, who is playing Silent Hill 3, dressed in a Robbie the Rabbit costume, which is amazing. So we're going to do that. Let's have some more Halloween fun with a classic survival horror game. Ooh, Butterfinger. No, I'm not going to have that right now, but okay. Bye, Butterfinger. Alright, anyway, enjoy some Silent Hill 3, and I will see you next Tuesday. Happy Halloween. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.